Okay, so the first video that I'm going to do is increasing and decreasing functions. And it's just talking about like if you have a graph, okay? And I have this graph right here, this line, okay? Function. We're talking about increasing and decreasing. So you're going to see, notice like it is increasing right there, and then it becomes decreasing right there, and then it comes increasing right here. That's literally what we're talking about, and we're going to be able to figure that out without graphing it. Okay, so we have been doing derivatives, so yes, we are going to take the derivative of this thing. So we get 3x squared minus 3x. Notice when I pull that down, it's gonna cancel it out. Okay, so we have our derivative, and so now if you think back to a whole lot of things, like when you're trying to solve, we're trying to solve where these things are increasing and decreasing. So one really common thing that you do in math is you take this and you do what with it? You set it equal to 0, okay? And so I'm going to factor out 3x and get x minus 1 equals 0, and I get 3x equals 0, and I get x minus 1 equals 0. So I get x equals 0, and I get x equals 1. And we call these things critical numbers because that's where it's turning at. Okay, so critical numbers. Now I've got to find out, this is not, I'm gonna just make this go away because that's not the actual graph of that. So now we've got to figure out like where in these intervals is it increasing and decreasing. So I'm gonna set my thing up like this. We've got 2 points, so we've got to pick like a point on this side of it, then we've got that actual point, and then we got to pick a point in the middle, and then we have that actual point, and then I got to pick a point over there. So I'm going to set up a graph, and I'm going to pick -1. I'm going to pick 1/2. And I'm going to pick 2. Could you have picked other ones? Sure. I picked those because I thought they were the easiest. I got one on the left side of 0, which is -1. I got one in the middle, and I got one on the right, okay? And I always like to put 0 right here and 1 right here, and that lets me know that's where it is changing at, okay? So the kicker on increasing and decreasing is that you sub into the derivative. And I'm going to write that down. Maybe when you're watching this in college sometime, you will remember this. We sub this into the derivative. So I'm actually going to sub it in right there. Okay, so I'm subbing the f prime at -1. And so I'm going to have, when I sub it in, I get